Guys, this is Skinless, the guild leader for the Alliance Guardians, and today we're going to be looking at the Fleet Master event for the Home 1. All you need to complete this here is going to be specifically a 6-star Home 1, as well as having some light side ships here that are going to be at least of 6-star or higher. The more the better. I believe you have to have I want to say it's like 4 or something like that in order to do so. I do have quite a few of them here that will work just fine, but we're gonna use some of the lower end ones just so we can kind of show you that's more about kill order than anything else. So we're gonna go ahead and pop right into the event, and I'm gonna pop some of these big guys out. So when going through this event here, we are gonna be looking at specifically like I said, kill order more than anything else. Some of the ships you might have comparatively to others will vary. The better the ship, the better your odds are, but it's not an extremely hard event. It's just more of that it's repetitive. You do have to complete this event a total of 7 times in order to get a 7-star Home 1. You can refresh it for additional crystals. So let's go ahead here and kind of throw some of my random ships in here that are kind of at the bottom end of what we're normally looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it in here and show you what we're looking at. So that way you can kind of get an idea that you can do this with any ship whatsoever. It's just depends on what you got going on. So knowing your enemy, specifically Plo Koon's going to be one that does a lot of healing. Umbaran's going to go ahead and he's going to have some debuffs that he applies, as well as has the taunt. And then we've got Rex, who gives power to the others as far as for adding protection up and things like that. Usually you do want to get out your healers as fast as you can. You can use this here, which is going to be able to call a couple of assists in. Sometimes you could also use your basic as well. And then don't forget that you can always heal as needed, depending on what you're looking for. So I'm going to try to give you a bit of a lowdown here. So we're going to go ahead and first get our couple of assists in. And then depending upon what you're using, you want to be looking at your specials as you go through and kind of learning what they do and understanding the ships that you're using. I'm not going to go into every single kit because everything could be a little bit different, but again, we're looking more at kill order than anything else at this time. So knowing what your ship is capable of is the most important. So we went ahead and we got ourselves a taunt over here. We can go ahead and get some target lock on the field. So it's more of a learning experience for you than anything else. As far as for your ships go, this also gives you the opportunity to learn what some of your reinforcement abilities are by just tapping on your ships. You can see what they specifically have to offer comparatively to others. We're going to go ahead and use Cassian here because he's got the Dispel. You definitely have more synergy if you use all Rebel ships when going through and doing this event. So I highly recommend looking for your Rebels and hoping that they are going to be the ones that you have ready to go for the event. So it's unfortunate when there are some of these that will taunt because you can't really jump around, but it's part of the kind of understanding your kits. So I'm going to be specifically trying to have ships that are going to be dealing additional damage, try to look for multiple attacks, multiple attempts as possible. And that's the best way I find to get through some of these events, is by trying to get as many assists as possible. That's something that Home 1 does really, really well, is works with the assists with the Rebel ships. So as you see right here, even with my lower end of my ships, I am not using, I'm not doing too bad here. So this kind of just gives you more of an example of kill orders than anything else. If you have the right ships, use Biggs, use Wedge, you've got the U-Wings, you're in a much better spot to complete this very quickly, comparatively to whether you use, you use your other ships here. So anything you can do to call assists is the way I've found this to work best. So that's kind of what we're doing here, is just trying to find our moves that do assists and kind of stagger along, because the Home 1 isn't exactly a very offensive fleet as much as it is just setting up for assists, which is always a positive and a bonus. So even here, we're going ahead and we're getting some extra turn meter up there and some extra attacks and things like that. which are very important. So that's kind of the key goal, is to survive and to continue to call those assists in, just since that's kind of what this fleet is all based off of, or what this ship is based off of. And that's what it teaches you. Although, you know, the reward is your 7-star capital ship, it does give you the knowledge that you need to continue moving on. Like I said, you do get 15 shards here every time that you complete this. It is a monthly event, so if you do not refresh, it will take you a total of 7 months to do so. There are also packs, I'm sure, that you could purchase here. But otherwise, for 800 crystals, you can speed up the process. I highly recommend it if you have it, because if you do one refresh at least every single time, that will at least give you the opportunity to have this 7-star capital ship in a matter of 4 months rather than going for the full 7. So if you like the video, give me a like. If you like to see what else I have in store, go ahead and give me a subscribe. I always enjoy being able to make these content videos for everyone and kind of give you guys an idea of what to do as far as for getting yourself built up. So as always, I appreciate it, and Skinless is out.